do I know you? But I can fantasize, can I? Fairy tales really don't exist anymore, but somehow I still believe in it. You said it's a waste of time, but I can fantasize.
Hey y'all, it's Monday. We're live. No FAQS Given with your girl DJ Bri. We have a special guest in the house tonight. Nate, say what's up.
Hi everybody.
Is Mike not on? Y'all, we have Nate Hicks in the studio with us tonight.
What's up, everybody?
Now you can't be out here camera shy now. You know you not.
I'm very shy.
Oh,
actually.
goodness. So, listen, guys. We are going to discuss life as an artist. Nate, you want to go ahead and start off, telling about yourself,
Okay.
where you're from, what you've done so far,
Cool.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All
My
right.
name is Nate Hicks. I am an up-and-coming artist currently in Toledo, Ohio, by way of Atlanta, Georgia. Musically, I've been writing probably since freshman year of high school. I've been singing since around the same time, freshman year of high school.
Wow.
And I've been recording about 2016. Yeah. 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been recording, singing, writing, performing, etc. since around then, and I'm just trying to continue to grow my craft.
So, when did you know this is what you wanted? So, what is it that you exactly do? What type of artist are you?
Ooh, what type of artist am I? I don't like to put myself in a box.
Okay.
I grew up in church all my life. The first song I ever wrote was a gospel song.
Okay.
And from there I branched out into the R&B sector. And I've also picked up some instruments just to try to be well-rounded.
So, you didn't start off playing the instruments. This is something that grew and that you, taught yourself?
I played saxophone in middle school.
I did too.
Hey, it's lit.
Alto.
Cool. I started off on alto, moved to tenor.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that was middle school. I was never able to pick it up in high school because of the high school I went to. I went to early college.
So, they really didn't have the
Right, no band or anything like that.
extracurricular activities that most schools did offer.
Yep. So pretty much my music fix, my creative fix came from talent shows and things like that in high school.
Okay. So that's pretty, you know what? That's something I said that I wanted to get back into myself. That's my project. I want to get back into the saxophone.
Okay.
So y'all going to see me with the saxophone out here
Absolutely.
soon, y'all.
Believe
Because
it.
that's just something I said I wanted to get back into. Got me. Okay, I see you working. Hey, Carrie. So, as an artist, where are you at right now?
Right now, I feel extremely motivated
Okay.
just because I know something great is coming.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm tired.
You're tired. Okay, tired as in.
It's a lot going on right now.
Okay.
I love music, but music is obviously not the only thing to life.
Mm-hmm.
I love helping people and giving back. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can connect the two and make a living for myself without just skimming too much off the top and being like a greedy business owner. But my heart is to give back to people. So I'm just trying to find a good balance.
So you're trying to balance it out while still making a living with what you love to do.
Yes.
I want to say that's something it's a hard part to, let's just say, once we find that niche. Am I saying it right? I think I am.
I said it 3 different ways today.
Hey, y'all, this is live, okay? So y'all don't come for me. But once you find what area and what it is that you want to do and your passion, sometimes it doesn't always line up with what you have going on in life. You know, bills still have to be paid. You still have to work. Then you're still trying to feed and grow your passion. So it can be a struggle if we don't learn and take the time out to balance and focus. And a lot of times people give up on that part.
Right.
You know, or they focus more on one than now. We're still adults, you know, and if you have responsibilities, you know, we still got to take care of those.
So they say.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, you know, a lot of success stories, you have those people who sacrificed much, you know, where they weren't at home, they weren't, you know, providing, and they had a good support system to, you know, help them while they were pursuing their career or their passion.
Definitely.
We're in a time now where it's like you really have to, it's almost like we have to make sure we juggle all of it. We can't just choose one.
That's what they say.
It's, I mean, because how was you gonna pay the bills?
Yeah. So
is that the part? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So right now I have a good support system.
Okay.
I have a cushion that a lot of people don't have.
Okay.
I'm grateful for it. I'm blessed. Currently, right now, I'm uncomfortable, which is a great thing in the grand scheme of things.
Because it motivates you.
It does.
Push you.
It really does. But because of this cushion that I have, I was able to quit my jobs. Not that I'm like living on top of a whole bunch of money or nothing, but
right.
I quit my jobs to first and foremost focus on my mental health.
Okay.
Secondly, to kind of see what I can do. So I can give music lessons, I can do gigs and things like that. It was kind of trial and error with this music thing, to try to support myself fully on that.
Yeah.
To leave my jobs behind and to say, all right, this is what I have to offer.
Right.
Take it or leave it. And I mean, that's what I got. And so now I'm realizing that I can't just be confined to Toledo because I was honestly trying to make it out of Toledo so I can give back to Toledo. But I realized that Toledo doesn't necessarily have a means of, I guess, supporting my particular niche.
Yeah. You're not getting that support that you I mean, our city, we love our city, of course. This is the 419 grind. But that's just, you got to go without the support, shall I say.
Right.
Can't even wait on it, can't anticipate it, can't expect it.
Right.
So, you know, and like you said, your goal was for your city, and that's still going to be your goal. But I know just naturally it's going to feel some type of way. Like, come on, you know, I'm trying to put my city on, and I can't even get support from, you know, people I'm in my own city. But I feel like you're going on the right path with trying to expand, because you're trying to grow and you're going to blossom. Where you are going to come back, you know?
Absolutely.
Every artist does that. They go back to their hometown, you know, put the hometown on, but
I mean, it's all love.
It's all love, but I think traveling is a part of growth too, because you're getting introduced to how other cities operate. Mm-hmm. Toledo operates different. You're going to go to bigger cities or even smaller towns, and you just got to learn it, you know? But congratulations to you for putting yourself in that position. A lot of people won't do that. And you touched on your mental health. That's something. Whew. Oh, man. I'm glad we're in this era now where we're discussing mental health more. Yeah. I've never seen mental health being discussed and talked about this much ever within this past year. And I think it's because everyone's more open. Like you said, you took time off to focus on your mental health. It's not a topic that's taboo anymore, where, I can't talk about it, people gonna think I'm crazy, or with fear of being judged. We have so much that we go through when it comes to our mental health.
Right.
Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Now, do you think your job can contributed to that?
I was actually working in a mental and behavioral health agency.
Oh my goodness.
So I would say the position that I put myself in, it kind of contributed to it.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk bad about any organization or anything like that, but I guess I just didn't see myself doing what they wanted, how they want it.
Right.
I wanted to help the kids, you know what I'm saying? And I still have relationships with some of the kids that I worked with.
Okay.
And we help each other out in different ways than a cut and dry, you know, this is the blueprint. So putting myself in that position, I would say contributed. I won't say I got into the job for the money only, but it was more so for the money, the financial stability, as opposed to this is the job for me because I love it so much.
Right. Yeah. The plus was that you did work with kids,
right?
And to contribute to that. I want to say, like, I've learned myself. I've tried jobs before, and with me being an entrepreneur, I did take that jump, and it's scary. It is. It's like, it's different, especially when you're used to working.
Right.
Like, I started working at 15 and have worked a job ever since. And I've had my share of jobs where I had great benefits. Now, when you start talking about leaving your job to pursue your own career and your own business, it's totally different. I want to say, like, my first lesson learned was, it was like wintertime. And I, you know, with DJing, I was DJing the bars at this time. So it was cool for me. You know, I'm like, oh, this gravy. I'm only doing about 4 hours a night. Right. I'm making more than what I was making putting in a 10-hour shift. But then I started to see, like, the impacts, like, if the bar had to close for the night. That's my money for the night. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the weather was bad, or if there was something that happened at the venue or at the bar where they had to shut the doors. And I'm like, oh, shoot, that's my money. Like, okay, so now I'm going to have to, you know. So then it teaches you how to build your cushion just in case, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how the week's going to go. You don't know who's going to cancel on you. And that was a big thing, too. That's what made me focus more and get more stabilized and more, shall I say, business savvy. Because I started doing contracts and things of that nature because, you know, I would have people who canceled their bookings.
I need deposits.
Oh, most definitely. Like, I won't, and I'm still learning. Like, it puts you in a rock and a hard place, especially when you're dealing with family and friends and people you want to help out. And, like, misunderstandings, if it's not on paper, it's too much ways for it to be a misunderstanding. And then now you're at fault. You know, so it's just like that, taking that jump off the porch to grow your own business, become an artist, and follow your passion, that's huge. So I know you're still trying to, but I feel like you're making your way, though. Because like you said, you can do gigs, you can do lessons. It's making your gift work for you.
Definitely.
Like, I don't think we don't think about it like that sometimes when that pressure get on. Right. It just depends on what stage we are in life, but you have a gift that will open up so many doors, and I'm pretty sure you hear that a lot. Cause I hear it too, and I'll be like, yeah, you say that.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. But like, you gotta sit down and put your plan in motion. I'm sorry, guys. We're trying to read the comments. I'm not purposely
Somebody said, "Go Cowboys." I don't know what that's.
Oh, what's up? What's up, DJ Trav? Rondon, he said, keep working, Nate. Yep. Most definitely. Now, look, I don't want anybody getting on the podcast talking about the Cowboys, because it's go Cowboys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He said yikes. All right, so you've put out some new music.
I have.
Your EP.
Yes.
How was that?
It's pretty good. Called Intentions. It's everywhere on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
I really don't look at numbers, honestly. So I don't know what any numbers are looking like. I just know it's probably wrong of me to say this, but I'm tired of, like, pushing it on social media. I just put it out and I'm like, it's gonna do what it's gonna do.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what's that? Is this your first EP?
Second EP.
Okay.
So I released my first EP, Road Trips, January of 2018 or 2019. And here in 2020, I've released Intentions. I've also released a few singles.
Now, I listen to Intentions, and y'all, it's fire. We're going to actually get a live snippet of Intentions tonight, and I'm looking forward to it because, you know, your live music and, you know, the recorded, they both sound good, but that live
different.
Give a whole nother touch. I think I met you, first time meeting you was live. You did a live performance. Yes, I had DJ Robert's birthday and album release.
Absolutely.
And you killed it.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Let's see. So that's what we were basically going to talk about tonight, is how it is with balancing it all. It's hard, and no one really talks about it.
Yeah, I mean,
until you hear the stories after the artists make it, and then they say like, "Oh yeah, I slept in a car." You know, everybody had their own story,
right?
But then when you're actually doing it, it's like, dang, what's next?
Yeah.
You know?
And even when you make it, it's always something. So, like,
oh my gosh,
it's always going to be a hustle. It's always going to be a grind. I understand that.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a level of cushion that you would like within your niche that you're able to provide for yourself.
Right.
But it's all going to work out.
So, it's like new levels. They say new levels bring new devils. And when you grow your own personal projects too, like, it could be something that's big for you, but the next person may not. They're like, oh, for real? That's you know, you bring it up to them and they don't understand. They're like, oh, okay. Like, wait a second, I just dropped a whole EP. What do you mean? Like, you're not excited to hear?
It happened.
And they just, you know, that's why it's so important when pursuing your passion. It's like you have to separate personal relationships and business. Because intertwining the two can become a headache.
Oh, yeah.
And then you'll be disappointed, too, because sometimes it'll be people you expected to support you.
Yeah.
Like, automatic. Whether it's blood, you know, relatives, family members, best friends. And then I don't know about you, but I've noticed most of my support has come from people I've never met.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't never met them a day in my life, and they push my business like 10 times harder than people that, you know, I'm like, wait, my own, you know, such and such don't even push my business this way. But I think that's one of the good things about it too. You meet and you build relationships.
So many people you never would have experienced otherwise. I think for me, I have developed a few online relationships based off of my music, but lately I've been up in Detroit quite often. And they think I'm amazing, and that's great. You know, they show mad love. And they don't know or necessarily care about what I got going on at home. They just, you know, are worried about being in the moment and showing that love in the moment, which I appreciate, because, you know, you never know what somebody's going through on a daily basis.
Yes.
So yeah, it's one of them things.
Hey, I think the best part too is when somebody tell you like you made their night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've gotten that a few times, and it's just like, oh, for real? You know, just music in itself is its own therapy for so many people. And then when you have your own gift and your own way of expressing it, you're going to reach your people, you know, and like you said, they'll come to you and say like, man, I'm so glad you came. I'm so glad to see you. It was a pleasure to meet you. And you could have been going through some stuff that day, but then just hearing that from this person is just like, you know what, this is what it's about.
Keep going.
It gives you that push.
Yeah.
So when did you pick up the guitar?
So I bought my first guitar. Somebody said I had a dope shirt. Thank you. I bought my first guitar in 2015, and it collected dust in my college dorm room until 2018.
Okay.
I picked it up. I started substitute teaching after I graduated high school or college. I'm sorry. And so I carried it around with me as a tool to keep myself and the kids calm. And from there I progressed.
So would you say that having that in the classrooms does help?
Yes.
Significantly?
Significantly.
I think so too.
I've watched teachers get cussed out, and then I go into the same classroom with the same kids with my guitar, and I say, shut up, in a very, very nice tone. And the kids are like, oh my gosh. And then I'll talk to them and like, hey, you got to show a little bit more respect than that.
Right.
And, you know, it's just one of them things, I guess a rapport builder.
Yes. And I wish the school still had that. You know, there was those times, like, you know, we both can attest to us, you know, in middle school. When I learned the saxophone, I promise you, if it wasn't for school, I would have never touched the saxophone. But it really is something still to this day that I want to pick back up, that I wish I didn't put down. And I think music and instruments, and even, like, you know, with engineering, you know, with kids, it grabs their attention. Like, music is the way, for real. Really? And I feel like if the schools started to utilize it more, and I've seen more teachers, you know, catch on to that wave, ride that wave, because they'll remix some songs. You know, they're starting to remix the songs now that they know the kids love. Exactly. And, you know, put their lesson plan to that beat. But I think that's great that there's teachers who actually can identify a way to touch the kids and reach the kids without just textbook. Right. So you picked up something that, you know, you put down, but then, like you said, you started carrying around with you, took it into the classrooms, and you seen the impact. And then on top of that, it's your own therapy as well. Exactly. That's a win-win. Exactly. That's a win-win. Yep. So. Yep. Oh, you did read that comment. Dope shirt, bro. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. We are live, y'all. So bear with me, because I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone's comment. But I want to say, I think that's where I'm at too. We're trying to find the balance of pushing the business and life. Is that, like you said something earlier, like how you get tired. You know, it kind of get exhausting when things may not always flow the way you plan for them to flow. And then it's like, oh, dang, I got to reconsider this, reconsider that. It's so much that goes into play when it comes to, you know, being independent. Like, would you consider yourself, but like you said, you don't want to put yourself in that box. Right. So, you know, not independent artist, but you do your own thing. You go with the flow. Exactly. Every day of my life. That's pretty. I don't think I'll be able to try that.
Yeah, well, no, I have a plan. Don't get me wrong. I definitely have a plan, but like some days, honestly, like I know what I'm working towards, but some days the step that I'm supposed to be taking right now is not clear. So therefore, I just kind of got to go with the flow. So, you know, I know music is the end goal, but I might have to go work construction today. You know, I might have to go clean up. You might have
to substitute, you know, put something in to fill in that gap. Right. Wherever the ball was dropped.
Even if it's not a 9 to 5, that's okay to not have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I just feel like as long as people are trying and putting forth that initiative, because sometimes I've seen families get torn apart because the main focus became the passion, and then now the family's getting left behind. Things aren't getting taken care of. Right. So the hardest part, like we keep saying, is finding that balance, because, you know, everyone is traditionally known to work a 9 to 5. But if you have certain gifts that you know you're good at, if you know you can cook good, you know, you can make some dinners, sell the dinners, you know, if you don't necessarily have to go into someone else's establishment. I think it's just about finding what works for you and what you're good at. I think that should be pushed more. Right. I think they do it a little bit in school. You know, they do those little worksheets. Not worksheets. Worksheets where it's like the all about me and what do I want to do when I grow up. But it's like you can plan something like, oh, yeah, I want to be this when I grow up. And then as life goes on and as you're growing, it's not available to you until you hit a certain age. So I think that's another thing as parents, and even as, you know, a mentor or being influential in a child's life, it's good to show kids like, okay, what are you good at? Even if you catch it, you know, sometimes they don't realize they have a strong point, but then you're like, hey, I see you caught that ball pretty good. Like, do you hoop? And I think about it like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I think it should start earlier so that once we get to the age where now we're adults, it wouldn't be as much of a struggle to actually like identify it. Because I think a lot of people are still finding themselves, you know, way after high school, way after college.
It's a process.
It's a process, and we have to trust the process, but it's scary. Trust the process. That's the quote. Yeah. I love it, but it's like, okay. But I feel like since we are learning these ways and how we're going about our passions and finding our strong points, it's good to like how you've already been doing, you know, letting the kids know about it so they can know it's not only just one thing you can do. You can still run an office. If you want to be a lawyer, you can still be a lawyer. And if you like to play an instrument, you can still play that instrument. And actually it's therapeutic when you actually are tending to those things you have a passion for.
Yep.
It feels good. It could be an outlet. So I think we gotta push that more.
Definitely.
So what else you want to talk about?
I mean,
he is so
we talked about the kids. We talked about.
I'm back here looking at you. Go ahead. Go ahead. You chime in. Our engineer is the best, y'all.
We're doing what he loves. It seems.
And he does. And he does a great job. So it is 419 Grind exclusive. So how many podcasts have you been on?
This is my second.
Second?
Yep.
I love them.
They're pretty cool.
It is. Yeah. You get to sit, you talk.
You just talk.
And you just talk. It's therapeutic to me.
We had no script.
We did not.
Spilling my feelings right now.
We had no script. Yeah. That's why it's called No FAQS Given. You know, we just go right off the dome. Now go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, chime in.
Yeah, so being an artist too myself, like I agree with you saying like about the city and stuff, and like how you don't get the support from the people that you expect to get the support from. And like me too, like when I go perform in Detroit and stuff, everybody like they love you.
Yep.
And they don't care about like your clout. They don't care about how much money you got. It's just all about how good your music is. And yeah.
I had a debate with an artist on Facebook not too long ago because it was said that Toledo DJs don't support Toledo artists that much. And I'm like, and we always get compared to Detroit. We always do. But to me personally, from what I've experienced and seen, Detroit give a whole different type of push and a whole different type of hustle when it comes behind it. Yeah. When it comes to their music and their talents and their art. Like our city, you know, we do have those that travel. Like you said, you're starting to travel. And then we have artists who record, but you only sent it, you only posted your song on Facebook and tagged a whole bunch of people. Yeah. Like that's not marketing.
Right.
It's a piece of it, but it's more to that. And especially when it comes to DJs, like, it's Detroit artists that literally, I'm not going to say stalk my emails, but as soon as they hear that you're a DJ, they flooding. Like, hey, what's up? And if I didn't respond, they're hitting me up like, hey, did you get a chance to hear that yet? Oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But then I had to learn not to get frustrated with it. I'm like, this is somebody who's serious about their music. Yeah. And they create a relationship with, you know, the DJs. And I'm going, this is plugging in all my fellow DJs. Without the DJ, come on, we're essential. We are so essential. Because many people don't understand on the radio stations, you know.
That's you.
How y'all think y'all hear y'all music? Just saying.
Yeah. To touch on what you were saying, that's like when you were saying that you just post your music on Facebook, like, I want to say that because at first that's what I was doing. And then, like, I wasn't really getting the views that I wanted to get. Like, really networking is all to it. Yes. Like, you can't really just blame it on the city sometimes, too. Like, I promote my stuff on Instagram, like the little paid promotions and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
College kid. And like even when I started doing this, like this networking, like I didn't even know about you until now.
Yeah. So now you got your plug on your DJ
Now you got
that you work with every Monday. You
right.
feel me? So that's just how it works, you know? And it just depends on what level and how hungry you are for it. Because like you said, you're not even looking at the numbers.
Nah, I don't care about the numbers. I just like to create the art, you know? I want it to be appreciated for sure, and I want it to be able to sustain me, but like that's not even really my main focus out of life. I really love the kids. I want to be able to help bring the kids up. I want to give back, you know, in other ways. So I know there's a lot more work that I could be doing
right.
when it comes to the artistry and the craft, but that is going to come with a team for me because of how many different hats I wear. But
you know, you have your vision with that. So in that token, he's not an artist that's going to push his EP in certain ways that other artists are. Like, you know, there's artists out here that's just eager to, and that's what they're looking for. You know, everyone's visions for their music or for their craft or their passion is different. So that's why, to me, we can touch on competition when it comes to this, you know? Yeah. A lot of people like to make competition out of any and everything just because y'all do the same thing. And it's no reason, or it's not even necessary to look at it as competition for real, because my goal with what I'm doing may not be the same for what your goal is, and we're doing the same exact thing. Right. You know? And a lot of people, man, listen.
Hey, we can really go deep into this. It really get deep.
It gets deep.
I can go with you.
Man, talk about deep. Y'all, just Sunday, man, just this past weekend, like it's always something I get wind of a lot of stuff. Mind you, I'm a female in my industry, so I'm literally in my own lane. You could be in your own lane, minding your own business, and people still want to make a competition out of it. Like, I'm not looking at what nobody else is doing, because I love DJing. It's my passion. Like, when I say I love it, and I'm just blessed to be able to make money off of it as well. But I'm not out here, like, you know, I have my goals. It's a slow grind for me. It's a slow come up for me. And I still have so much more in my craft.
They tapping the heart button on us.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I still have so much more to learn. I still have so much more to grow. And then when everybody else keep trying to, like, put you in a category with, I'm like, this is why I keep saying I'm in my own lane. What you doing, what you think the next person doing, what y'all got going on ain't got nothing to do with me. You know? And that's why it's important to know that within yourself, what you want from your own hustle, your own grind, your own passion. And I think that's really what's been keeping me cool, because I know where I'm trying to go with it. I know what I need to push. I know what I'm trying to learn next. I'm not going to, just because I see another DJ. See, I can see another DJ do some dope stuff, and I'm amazed by it.
Right.
And I'm giving props. Like, yo, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always necessarily something I want to do. It's just, I see this DJ doing that. That's whole thing. That's dope. I'm going to give props. I'm going to give credit. Now, if it's something I want to learn, and I think I might be interested in learning one of the days, like as far as skill set, I'm going to put that on my list to do, but I'm not going to make it my number one priority. Right. Because I already got my, I already have my stepping, I already have on my list to do what I'm crossing off next, you know? And sometimes it don't flow that way, but I'm not going to look at somebody else's talents and what they're doing and just literally drop everything I've been working for just to try to be in competition with that person.
Yeah.
I don't want that type of flow. I just love my flow. I like being, and I keep trying to tell people, don't keep coming in my lane. Don't swerve in my lane and expect to get a reaction out of me, because you're not going to get it. I'm in my own lane, doing my own thing, and I'm going to continue to do it, because I don't want the passion to be stripped from me.
Right.
because I'm trying to keep up with somebody else.
Yeah.
Or keep up with what they feel I should be doing.
Yep.
If it ain't gonna fit, that puzzle piece don't fit for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably been the biggest lesson of 2020 for me.
Yep.
Is just finding myself and being myself and staying true to myself. And just having that vision and that passion and staying in my lane regardless of what everybody else might want from me.
Yes.
And regardless of, the fact that it looks something totally different than I would have anticipated a year ago. So.
Oh, yeah. Your own growth will amaze you.
Yeah.
Like when you flow the way you're supposed to flow and just let it just come naturally. And I'm not saying that means to sit on yourself and just be lazy with your dreams and your aspirations and your goals. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, when you're not forcing stuff that's foreign to you that just don't feel right, and you just go at your pace, stuff will fall in place for you. That's how it's been happening for me. Like, literally, like, even with the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, me and
definitely.
Jesse, when Jesse first had posted about it, it was before COVID hit. It was literally right before COVID hit. And I knew I was interested in, but COVID came, stuff happened. And then I had put it down. I ain't think about it, anymore. And then I'm like, okay. I honestly was getting ready to try to do my own online radio DJ thing. Because I'm going to just tell y'all, and there ain't nobody asked me to be on no slot on the radios here. You know what I'm saying? As a DJ.
Right.
And I know eventually that's something I wanted to do, but I'm not going to, force my way into or barge into, I see how everybody else move, how everybody else, I sit back and I watch.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not going to feel no type of way. I'm not going to force myself, or I'm not going to pull up a seat to someone else's table where I'm not invited. I'll just create my own table.
That's what I had to
I
realize.
am.
Yeah.
If it's something I really want to do and I'm interested in, I'm creating my own table.
That's what happened, like with this, to touch on two things at the same time. How he was talking about, like, having a job that don't necessarily do with your craft. Like,
yeah.
I want to rap, but this is basically doing the same thing. And then when you say, like, about making your own lane, like, don't nobody asks to play my music at parties or on the radio, but I can come on here and play my own music.
You sure can. And what we're basically saying is, it's not about, because when you want to push it a certain way, and if you were interested in it enough, you're going to ask. You're going to present yourself. You get what I'm saying? It's not that we're saying, oh, somebody's supposed to, want to put me on it, or somebody, or, you're supposed to ask. You ask, you don't get. No, it's, vibes are real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know who you're going to approach about what. And then sometimes things just flow, like I said, how they're supposed to. Like with this opportunity that came up for you, this was an amazing opportunity for you where you can utilize, like, you can plug in all your own stuff. And this is like the #1 podcast out right now. And it flowed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened with me. It flowed. It just flowed naturally. It came in timing. That's what I should say, timing.
Yeah.
It's about the timing with everything. Because like I said, if this didn't pop off for me, I know eventually which way I would have wanted to go, because I know what I want to do. Rather it would have been next year. But the way this flowed in, and it was already on my goal list, it fit. That's just how we gotta go with the flow.
And it ain't like we complain or nothing, but it's just like, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, like what you said, go with the flow. Everything happen for a reason and stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, the vibes be real. We start off doing this, and who knows where it go from here.
Right.
Like,
and this is something we love to do. Like the 419 grind is like a family. And it's people that you don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's people I'm interacting with that I don't know. But it's this one common thing that we all care for, and we all vibe well. It's just a perfect fit. I'm not gonna say, things happen or stuff happen. That's just life. But as of right now, like this is yeah. We make a commitment to this every week, every day. It's a part of our life now. But it works. it works for us, and we get to sit. I get to interact with people. I get to, you know, like we've interacted a few times because we in our industry. I'm usually the DJ. It's actually been a couple events where I was the DJ and you're an artist. So we've crossed paths in the city.
Definitely.
You know, multiple times. And it was our crafts that introduced us to each other. And I can play your music. Like, you can hit me up like, Bri, I got this new EP. I'm like, okay, drop it. Let me hear it. I could put it in rotation. So it's just the importance of relationships. You know, once you build those relationships with people, you know, it's just, it works. And I think that's another important part too, is relationships are important. So a lot of people think like, oh, I can do all this by myself. No, it does. It requires a team.
It does.
And it requires for you to have the right relationships with the right people.
It also requires communication.
Oh, you can, yeah. That's the main part. That's the main part.
That's how you build a relationship with communication.
Yeah, I'm working on it. My communication isn't the best, but it's gotten better. And the reason why it's gotten better is because I've been I have been forced to work on my communication based off of the opportunities that have been presented to me. So once an opportunity hit me, it's like I can't communicate how I used to in order to effectively keep this relationship open. And his business opportunity going, you know, I have to switch up how I communicate, or, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work out. You know, that's when it's a part of growth. You know, we can talk how we want, we can do what we want. At the end of the day, when it comes to certain things that you're involved in, you just have to move a certain way, and have to be able to, like, if it's a miscommunication or misunderstanding, be able to effectively, like, hey, well, you mentioned this, you wanted me to do this, but I don't think that's not what I was thinking. Like, how can we come to a common ground so that, you know, we can get this right? A lot of times people are scared to do that, or they'll just leave a situation because it was a misunderstanding. You're raising your hand? Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm probably the king at that. Like, I'm terrible at communication. I'm trying to get better at it.
Right.
But, like, sometimes I'm just like, let me suppress my emotions. I got this song. I'm gonna let you hear it after we off the air because it ain't released yet.
Okay.
But it tells you exactly how I feel. Sometimes I just look and I'm like, ooh, I don't like that.
And then just back away and don't even say anything. And I leave the person like, okay. So I will say it depends on how many chances you done gave this person. Like, if you've communicated how you felt, and then you did it again and again, and that person, and it's just not working, then you got a right to say, you know what, this not gonna work for me. This relationship not gonna work for me. This, you know, I'm gonna just fall back. We don't see eye to eye. But if you didn't even put it on the table or present it
sometimes
to even,
I don't know how.
So
I definitely see what y'all talking about. Like, I won't put specific people on it, but like DJs and cameramen and stuff like that. Like, you will reach out so many times, like, hey, money right, do this, I'm trying to do that, and they won't even text you back. Like, I know you seen that message.
I told you that was me. You remember I said the Detroit artists, they had like that was me.
I've been like, I've been heated. Now look, I'm dissing you in songs.
For real, that happens. I've been dissed before. But you got to be able to, my thing is when it comes to that, in that spectrum of communication, you have to understand that your music may not be for everybody. Because there's been plenty of times where I'm just sitting amongst other DJs and it's some artists that they feel are just super hot. And I'm just like, I can't get with it, bro.
That's weak.
I can't. But they really vibing to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that DJ for that artist. So sometimes it's not nothing personal. It's just like,
Well, at least respond to me, though. At least say, hey, I just can't do it. Don't just leave me on delivery.
I do that now. I will say that. Like, at first, I just didn't because I didn't know how to. I'm like, man, I ain't about to be beefing with this man about his. Or no, how about in the bars, though? DJing in the clubs, man, they'll come hit you with their flash drive. And man, I'ma just tell y'all, I had somebody threaten my whole life. He threatened my whole life, y'all. He even gave $100. And I'm like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? I was already in rotation. So that's another thing. When y'all requesting songs from a DJ, I understand what y'all want to listen to may not fit right in at the time and the mode we got going on. So I could be, you know, playing some R&B and then you like plug in, you like, and you on some trap shit like, okay, this for the turn up. Give me a minute. You know, I'm going to play it. But y'all, I plugged in this artist. I downloaded it on the MP. That's why after this night, I said no more. Like, you have to, I'm not playing nothing on the spot. That's my personal preference. Or you got to wait till I listen to it. I didn't listen to it first. Man, I put this man I downloaded the MP3 file. Played it.
Garbage?
Trash. And I don't like talking about artists, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, the crowd even looked at me like, DJ, what's up? And I'm so glad that happened because it was able, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I hurry up, found another track to, you know, put in queue to switch that off so we could hurry up and turn it off. Kid you not, him and his homeboys over there by the pool table rocking. They the only ones in there rocking to it, right? And I'm looking like, man, I switched it real quick. After I got that first two, man, DJ, what? Switched it. Man, dude came at me so aggressive. He like, man, you ain't playing my song? You ain't playing my song? I'm like, nah. I can't play your song. I can't play this. Man, you see they got the club turned up. I said, hey, y'all was turned up and y'all back there. You ain't hear them ask what happened to the music? It's not for this setting. Now it possibly could have gotten, you know, a different type of showcase or something, you know. I would have possibly been able to, you know, nah. It was just that bad. It was. And I think it was more on the, like, if I had opportunity to talk to him more about the quality, like where you recorded this song that's a big part. It just wasn't a good look. And this man was like, if you don't play my song, I'm gonna kill you. I'm laughing, like, for real. Like, you gonna kill me. He said, man, but listen, and then when he said it the second time, I really took a deeper look at what he looked at. And the man had tattoos all over his face. I'm like, dang, like, you gonna try to off me in the club because I ain't play your song? I said, he may actually do that.
Look at his personality, like, yeah, he might really blick this thing up.
So I'm just sitting here. Mind you, I ain't never been in that position before. Mind you, club busy, the bouncer all the way on the other side. And I'm like, am I going to stop the music and get on the mic to be like, hey, bouncer, I need you over here. Security. Like, so I'm like, dude, just get away from my table. Get away from my table. I'm not playing it. And I didn't know at that time he had left $100 on the tip thing. I just had a little, it wasn't even a jar, but he had slid it right there. Man, no, I paid you $100. I'm like, man, I slid it right back. Once he pointed at it, I slid it right back. Like, no, take this back. I can't play your song. Not playing it. Man, I look back, I see the homies back there, like, starting to, it's like almost off some stuff off a movie. Like, you can see their demeanor change, like, they ready to just turn up. And I'm like, so I think the bouncer did, like, look up, and I'm like, come on over here. He came over there, and he like, what's the problem? I'm like, he gotta go. Like, now I don't care wherever he go in the club, but he gotta get away from here. I'm not playing this song. Like, what song? I'm like, we ain't talking about that right now. Just, he needs to get away from the table. So he ended up getting kicked out the bar that night because his reaction to having to move away from the table wasn't the best. But y'all gotta be able to know when y'all stuff just ain't for, like I said, if it was a different type of showcase or something, I could have possibly, could have made it work a little bit. I would have probably had to blend it with some note, kind of, but it just wasn't cool. It wasn't. And he just knew, and then who's not to say he ain't cash out whoever he was,
Yeah, that studio you
making that studio, they could have still took his money. So in his head, in his mind, he invested in that song.
Right.
He felt it. That's in his heart and mind. That's that shit. The S word. And his homies rock into it. You know what I'm saying?
Homies be lying though.
Yeah.
Like, but I be telling my homies though, don't gas my music up if it ain't that.
And that's the thing, like, it just could be for just certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, your homies could really like it, but that don't mean everybody else will.
Yeah.
And I think artists have to start, and especially when dealing with us DJs or mainstream, y'all just have to be able to listen and be able to walk away from it. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
That's their opinion.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
somewhere will appreciate
Somebody,
your art.
it's just not for you. Even if your heart was set on it, you really think, oh, this DJ or this record label really gonna take my stuff. And they'll tell you, like, no, that's not what we're looking for. Don't let that stop you or discourage you from, pushing on. And that don't give you the right to turn up on them either. It's their opinion.
I had to learn that. I mean, I didn't really have too many things, but sometimes, people gonna say their opinion and stuff. Mm-hmm. And me, like, I wouldn't respond to it. I just hold it inside, and then it come out in the music. Like, I learned, like, you can't just do that all the time.
Yeah, because it just not be that way. And I, like, the discussion I had, the little debate I had last week or over the weekend with the one artist, like, I had said, I don't know if y'all watch Stars, but it's a show out called P-Valley. It's an explicit show. It shouldn't be kids on Facebook anyway, y'all. So I hope y'all kids hear me promote P-Valley. But it's an artist on there by the name of Lil Murda. That's the song. That's his name, Lil Murda. And the scene is primarily a strip club. And Lil Murda really thought his song was hitting. He thought that it's just it. Like, man, it's fire. Basically, how I explained the situation with the other guy. But DJ put it in. The dancer got ready to go out. And she was mad. Like, oh, what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? DJ like, like, this my job. Like, they can't rock with it. So, no. Go back to the booth. That's what he told him. But even though he felt some type of way, he felt some type of way, he did debate it. You know what I'm saying? He had his words, he said, but he actually did listen. He went back to the booth. They told him, this is a certain setting. You gotta do a song that's, something they gonna dance to, that they gonna rock to. He went back the second time. It's still lukewarm. And he was just sure that he had it. They like, nah, this still ain't it. Man, try again. Like, this one better. But it still ain't it. Yeah. He's still a little salty, but then what he do? He went back to the booth. You feel me? Went back to the booth. Came back that third time, or maybe the fourth time, he had the hit. You know what I'm saying? It just worked. And it didn't work with the dancer that it was before, but it was the dancer that had went on, and they went viral. You know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show you can't take it personally. And if it's something, like, if it's a certain audience you're targeting, you have to listen to what they're telling you. If it's that record label you trying to go with and they're trying to tell you, like, what you're coming out with is not what they're listening for, what they want, ask questions. So what are you looking for? I bet I can do it. It's about your approach, because if you're gonna feel like you can come to the table as if I'm the hottest out here, y'all better listen to me, somebody else is, it's gonna be your loss. They're gonna be like, okay, bye, you the one asking us for a deal. Bye. We don't need you. But then if they actually see that that they can communicate with you, you're coachable, and then you want that relationship with them, you gonna keep making it work. That's just with anybody. Family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever it is. If that relationship important, you gonna keep tweaking it till you get it right. And I think artists, it's not easy as an artist trying to find, you know. And then you can listen. I think where a lot of other artists get frustrated is you could possibly hear another song that sounds similar to what you done made or what you done played. And it's like, hold on. Y'all wasn't rocking with mine, but y'all rocking with this dude stuff or this lady stuff, but mine's really, you know, it ain't too much different. It happens. That do happen. The industry is, you know, and it's not necessarily people like taking each other beats and stuff. Y'all gotta understand, music is so like, it's just like when you can link up with another artist and y'all do an acapella just right then and there, or y'all flowing and just right off the dome. Like, dang, like that was a perfect fit because y'all taste is the same. It wouldn't be no different if y'all was separate and then came out with something totally, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know who this dude is, but y'all got a similar sound. It's what it just comes with it. So don't feel no type of ways about it. You just keep pushing. It depends on what you want to do with it. True. If you're going to push it, like on your end, you looking at the numbers, or you could be an artist that's not looking at the numbers. This is what I'm doing. I have this out here, and it's going to reach who it's supposed to reach when it's supposed to. Right. I'm going to let my work work for itself. Then you have artists like yourself. I need the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes for you have to do some homework. What y'all want to listen to? You know, listening to what's mainstream on the radio. Oh, they really, because sometimes a lot of stuff that make it mainstream, man, I be wondering sometimes. Like, what?
I don't got nothing to say.
I thought, well, taking your opinion, that do change my perspective. Me, some like how you were saying, like it might not be their taste or something. Mm-hmm. I always thought of it like, you know what? Money do make a difference. So if I just promote this everywhere, somebody bound to like it.
That is a good way to do it in our times. So you are doing what you're supposed to do because you know that's how people are being discovered nowadays. TikTok dances. That's the main one right now. Let somebody get a hold of your song, you know. They do a TikTok to it. That shit, you know, they like, oh, who's this artist? It's artists who's done had a song out for years. That somebody done did a TikTok to. That they seen, they found, they like. And then it blow up. Mind you, this artist been out here pushing on way more stuff. But that was in the archive. Then somebody done hit. You know, it's just social media and the internet right now is the wave. So you're doing in that you're marketing and you're promoting yourself. Like you said, it's gonna reach the person it's supposed to reach. So don't get discouraged if your numbers ain't hitting how you want it, you know, right away. If it's supposed to get, and then like I said, and then it's not an overnight thing. A lot of artists, like I was talking to my stepdaughter the other day, like Ella May. You know how many years she did the covers on YouTube? She was behind the scenes for a while, and she finally got discovered, but she didn't stop. You know, she probably had her moments where she got tired. She probably didn't go as hard, but she didn't just give up her whole career because, you know, dang, ain't nobody signed me yet. We got a comment. What's up, Tempest? Tempest, you got to get on here. All right. So Tempest said, Van Gogh said, marketing is all about law of averages. The more people you get in front of, the higher probability reaching your target demographic. And that's facts. And that goes back to what you're saying. You're promoting, you're using your ads. And the way they have it with social media now, it's pretty, you can target with cities and states.
And age ranges.
You want your stuff to be promoted to. That's a huge advantage.
Google's so sweet. Like, say you sound like J. Cole or somebody. Mm-hmm. You could put it to where, like, your ads come on J. Cole music, like, before it come on.
And then they put it right in. So, basically, how they line it up, like Pandora and all the streaming that they do. It's going to give, like, that similar genre or sound. TJ Johnson said a lot of artists don't push themselves. Like when you drop a single, you have to follow right back with another. Yeah, TJ, and like it goes back to what that artist is trying to do. You know, that artist may not be trying to, you know, push themselves enough to where they doing back-to-back singles. Then you may have the artist that is trying to get recognized in a certain light in a certain way. So they'll be more on pushing it. And I feel like the more you stay in a booth, you know, you giving a variety. You know, you got a range for people to
You can't be all trap. You gotta be diverse.
Switch it up, be diverse. I think that's the most important part. So y'all, we had a good conversation. I think we did.
Very good.
You know,
Good conversation.
in regards to, you know, our artists.
I feel like I learned a lot of new things today.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think I did too.
Me
And
too.
I feel like I'm not alone. I think we're all not alone with us all having our own journeys that we're taking. You know, me as a DJ, you as an artist, but you're two separate type of artists. You get what I'm saying? Your journey is different. Your journey is different. Mine's is different, but we still all are trying to grow. We're still pushing ourselves in the capacity of, and like I said, it's all about the relationships we have with people. The networking, like you said, that networking is huge. But it's about what you're ready for. Because if you know you're not ready for that, don't put yourself out there and that's not what you're grooming yourself for and that's not what you're ready for, because they'll chew you up and spit you right back out.
Just like that.
Like, people don't play no game.
Hey, their opinion, they gonna tell you how they feel.
Man, they gonna tell you how they feel and some. And you can be like, man, you ain't have to say all that.
You ain't gonna hurt my feelings like that.
You could have left all that other stuff out.
Or you could just press the dislike button.
Man, you coulda-
Kept it pushing, yeah.
Man, but I just told okay, so shout out to Ty Baby. She just dropped her EP. That's the intro y'all heard, y'all, when the podcast came on. She's streaming on all outlets. Tracy, the Rare Breed, came out with his EP on the 20th. We got so many artists, like y'all, and y'all sound so, man, let me tell you, like we got Toledo where it's at. Period.
Yeah.
Rather our own, support our own. We have the best artists in our city that's bred from our city, that has ties to our city, no matter where they come from, like, but got some type of root with Toledo. And all of these EPs, so Ty Baby, TYBABY, she's on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. You can YouTube, or you can actually find her on Facebook now. You know, when you go on and do your little add your music to Facebook, that's available. And then go ahead and you tell them what your EP is and where they can find it.
You can find Intentions and Road Trips. Both of them are on all streaming platforms, even Pandora.
Okay. And give them a name.
Oh, I'm Nate Hicks.
Nate Hicks. And then Tracy the Rare Breed. His is on iTunes, Pandora. I don't know about Pandora. Let me take that back. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Google Music, and a few other. And if there's anyone I'm missing, that's why y'all gotta get with your girl so I can be able to let people. Oh, Tempest. He's on here. Van Gogh, shout out, man. He got so many projects though. Tempest, make sure you plug in and comment the name of your most recent and all the other ones. But Tempest goes hard. Tempest, like his music, he gotta, like I said, everybody as artists has their different type of flavor. And like if we was to put Tempest in a room with a whole bunch of artists, he'll stand out. It's just he got a different swag to it.
He doesn't know it, but I watch him on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, he know now because he's watching. Tempest Nate said he be watching you on Facebook, man.
I really admire his character. And just watching how he moves I'm able to soak up knowledge just from the things that he posts.
Yes.
So I appreciate that.
And it's not many that do that. A lot of people don't give the knowledge. Like me personally, it's been plenty of times I posted how many females trying to DJ, Who trying to MC? And mind you, I'm not the greatest MC. I'm learning that as a part of being a DJ. You couldn't have found me by a microphone this time last year. I'd be like, no, I'm not talking on the mic. Get the mic on my face. That ain't me. Nah. But when you know, it's a part of growth, you know, and when you have something to share, you ain't stingy with it. Because how I look at it, what's for me is going to be for me. That don't mean I can't share my knowledge with the next person, because that person going to take off, and what's for them going to be for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we supposed to keep it in rotation. I would never feel no type of way about somebody that I done taught some things to, or showed some things to, or done looked out for, and they done made it. That's what we do it for. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your blessing's gonna come here or later, you know, now or later, but it should be something that feels good to do. Right. Whether you get a reward from it or not. You know, you always put somebody on when you got the opportunity to. Yeah. Always. And Tempest, that's him. Tracy, me personally, I know Tracy always sharing, and I know everybody has their own different personalities and relationships with people, but I see this man always putting somebody on. You know, I'm pretty sure people can attest to you and the things you've done, people you've put on. So it's just a revolving door. Hold on. Let's see. All right, y'all. So make sure y'all go download Tempest Van Gogh's Pandemic, TCWE. Those are his last two. And he also said, facts. Now, we are all given a gift to pass on to others. That's the key. Bless others the way you have been. Yep. And and I think we all should have that mindset. I've seen some DJs and I've seen people post like, well, dang, I seen such and such done made it, but they ain't even give me no credit.
I didn't realize that's why you helped me out for the credit.
Yeah, like, and then you don't know how much of what you taught them they actually took. Right. Because I know when I first started off DJing,
everybody got a suggestion.
I don't use not nan way. I don't even use the people I was shadowing. I don't even use the software that they showed me. It was good. I got a glimpse of it. I was able to see, but I don't even use that. But yes, they still took that time to want to show me, so I'm grateful for that. But you know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people you could have been sown a seed in them, but that's not what made them who they are. Because anytime you do what you're supposed to do and something for you, you have to find your own way of going about it. You got to find what works for you, what's best for you. It's software and my turntables I use. When nobody else touch them, they say they too small, or they don't like the software I use. They use something else. It's just how it goes, you know?
Yeah.
What about your music?
Trey World D Dot, TR3Y World D Dot. I only got one single on Apple Music right now, and I got a music video on YouTube.
Okay, what's the name of the video?
It's Bougie, Boujee.
Okay.
And that's it. But for touching on what you saying, but like you were saying about going on different routes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I really can't relate to how people say like they helped you out and all that, because I feel like personally, didn't nobody help me. Like I learned how to like mix and master my own stuff just by like watching YouTube and doing that. And then when I started getting the views that I get, it was because of my growth and promotion and learning how to market different. Like,
yeah, didn't nobody do it for you.
Didn't nobody do it for me. Didn't nobody help me.
TJ on here talking about if y'all need a barber, hit my line. Big facts. Go ahead, TJ. Plug yourself in. Go ahead, plug yourself in, because everybody need to be crispy.
My hair time.
Pandemic or not, keep that line straight. Yeah, TJ, go ahead and y'all put your info on there. I got to shout out my fiance. He's an excellent barber, too.
Oh, he cut?
Oh, he cuts.
Yeah, I definitely need a barber.
TJ, I ain't trying to give you no competition or nothing, but listen, it is no competition, matter of fact, but I'm just trying to tell y'all, my man, you know, he the truth on the Clippers.
One more thing that I had wanted to say to you, though. So, like, you know how we was talking about networking and like, getting everybody out there. So, like, would you would you think like a 419 grind showcase would be hot?
Yes. And we got plenty of space for that. So actually, we gonna put it out there. That's coming soon. We gonna have a 419 grind showcase, y'all. There we go. We done stamped it. Effective today. We gonna get it in rotation. Listen, that's gonna be dope. And the 419 Grind podcast is always asking artists to send their music in to us. Every day. Every day. I don't think there's a day that no one from the morning show constantly asking artists to submit music. It's a whole bunch. So you plugged in, you know, your music, they have it.
Just leave everything. I'm gonna make sure
you know what I'm saying? I sent my stepdaughter stuff. I sent Ty Baby stuff in. Send y'all music, artists. I'm looking at the camera. Can y'all see me? Am I looking right at the camera? Yeah or no?
Yeah, you looking right at the camera.
Send your music in. Info at
419grind.com.
No, what's the Gmail?
We don't got one of those.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Info at 419grind.com.
Well, your sign right there says info at the419grind.com.
Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's info at the419.com. We gonna run this back. Info at the419grind.com. Send your music in, artists, because we will play it. We're playing it. The morning show, they play everything. On mine's, on No FAQS Given, I'm making sure stuff is clean. But on the morning show, they playing it, whether it's clean or not.
Disclaimer, just don't be.
Oh, it can't be just
all
out, just nasty.
They will tell me to turn it off.
Yeah, it can't. It gotta, like, cuss words here and there maybe, but don't be all
semi-explicit.
Semi-explicit, you know. Artists, produce clean and radio versions of your music. Please, when you go in the booth and you know it's hot, make sure you got a radio version ready and a clean version ready, because when it's that time for somebody to hear it and they want to put it in a rotation, they want to play it at a party or they want to play it somewhere. A lot of times I get gigs where they don't want any profanity. They still like the hot stuff, but they don't want profanity. That's fine. Major artists, any artist, always have a clean version. Stay ready, because DJs like me, if I rock, and that's my disclaimer, if I like it, I'm gonna play it. I'm not about to sit here and tell y'all just because you can't throw me $100 and I'm gonna play your song. Because if it's, I won't. Money ain't everything to me. I had a debate with some other DJs about this. They're like, man, no, are you taking out 100? Nope.
It's whack.
I can't. Nope. I know some DJs that will, and I'll turn one of my bros on. Like, hey. He gonna play it, but don't, because you ain't gonna hold me accountable, like, because that's what they do. They like, oh, yeah, DJ Breezy, she did. No. So if I rock with it, I'll play it, y'all. I got you. So we gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Nate, you gonna give him a taste?
You already know.
All right, y'all. Tune in. He's gonna give us a snippet live, acoustic version.
All right.
Now with the music. Tell him, Nate, what is this?
I think I'm gonna play the wrong one today.
Okay.
Sound good to you?
All right.
Hit the pause button right now and press rewind. Things replay in my mind about 1,000 times. Every red flag you show me is flying high. You've got the wrong one. I'm so messed up in my head I can't be sure. You might say insecure, I say trust issues. Now I'm moving different, say I'm acting new. You've got the wrong one. You got me I can't help but wonder where would I be if I treated you different from the start and held on to the mystery of my love. You've got the wrong one. If ignorance is bliss, then I'm naive, 'cause everything you tell me I believe. You know just what to say to get to me. You've got the wrong one. I blind myself with passion 'cause I've got faith. We blame it on perception just to be safe. But that's a misconception you're taking advantage in. You got the wrong one. You got me. And I can't help but wonder where would I be if I treated you different from the start and held on to the mystery of my love. You've got.
Hey, that was fire.
That was hard. I
Yo.
like that. And I don't even like everybody's music.
Yo,
Appreciate
we're our round of applause, but you got it.
Let me see if I got it. Oh, no, that's a laughter. No, we ain't got to applause.
Thank you.
Yo, that's raw talent.
Appreciate it.
Raw talent.
No auto-tune at all.
No auto-tune, y'all. This is live from the 419 grind. No facts given. This is what you can expect each and every Monday with your girl DJ Breezy, 6:30. Tune in. Make sure y'all go back, watch this snippet, watch this episode, and download each and every artist that we mentioned. If you are an artist and you want your music played, please send it in. He's going to get the information. We're going to pin it on the comments. And I see some people asking. Take advantage, y'all. We're trying to put our own city on. And look, Nate Hicks, thank you. Thank you for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Man, listen, I had to. And listen, y'all heard. That's just one of the songs on the album, on the EP. Nate got some fire, y'all. So support him. Go download the EP. Like he said, he on Pandora. He on iTunes. And for those who wanted to know, the intro song that I was playing when I came in, that's Ty Baby Fantasize. She is on all platforms right now, too. Make sure. TYBABY, y'all. Download. It's your girl, DJ Breezy. No facts given each and every Monday. See y'all later.